Buonasera a tutti. È per me un grande onore essere qui stasera e condividere con voi la mia storia. It is a privilege to be able to talk about freedom. And we all know that there have been generations who have lost lives, that now we can organize events and talk about freedom. It's a privilege. I am an alpinist, and I also open new lands in the mountain. What do you feel when you look at this picture? It is amazing. Sun is shining, fresh air, a stunning view. But at the same time, it's not easy, difficult, different weather condition. And we alpinists also facing severe injuries, also sometimes death. The question comes, is it really worth it for that stunning view? I started the sport at an early age, and I was very successful, also internationally. But what makes my story extraordinary is that I have been born and raised in Iran. Can you imagine a life of a girl in Iran? From the beginning, when you are very small, within your family, inside from your mother, don't jump too much, you will lose your virginity. Don't talk too much. Don't laugh that way. You are a girl. Don't sit that way. Don't open your leg. Don't dance. Don't talk. Don't show your body. Don't show your hair. Don't move. Don't think. And at the age of 7, I had to wear these thick clothes over my body and my hair and go to school. The sensation of air on my body, the wind in my hair. Sun was shining, but my part was sweating under these thick clothes, struggling, reading and writing. My movements were limited. All I wanted was not to have these clothes over my body, so how could I think about something else? And at the age of 9, ceremony of duty. Cakes and candies and celebration. Like, well, we didn't know what is happening, but they were like, congratulations, you are 9. Later on, it cleared up. From now on, if we are not obeying these rules, we are deserved to be punished, beaten up, or even killed. It's called honor killing. I was wearing boys' clothes to have a little bit of the freedom that my brother had. Sport became my savior. When I was doing sport, kickboxing, I could jump as much as I wanted. I could open my leg. I could, do whatever. I could breathe. But that freedom didn't last long. Because soon after being 10 times national champion, it was the time to go for international competition. But I had to wear Islamic clothes to go in front of the cameras outside. And I was thinking, no way. My freedom, my love, I would never let it be instrumentalized. And they were giving us prizes, house, car, and lots of money, monthly salary. This is what Islamic regime does to make the propaganda, to show that this is our will. I didn't want to give my freedom to such an ideology, such a religion which says my only value as a woman is my virginity, nothing more. And that my brain is half the size of a brain of a man. That's why then we need them to decide for us. I said a big no, and I paid a really high price. No more kickboxing. I made myself busy with other sports, reading, studying, anything that I forget this condition was difficult. And soon I got introduced to rock climbing. The infinity world, borderless. The roof as high as the sky. Freedom. I could move. I could be myself outside from far away from the religious police. Was the safest place because, in the streets of Iran, the risk of getting killed or injured or raped by the morality police is much higher than all the accidents in the mountain. So I got empowered I even started traveling outside to the world-class rock climbing areas, and I was enjoying a lot until September 2022, that Mahsa Amini got killed in custody of the religious police in Iran. That was in the mountain in the Alps. And I was thinking, if my power, my being strong, my being faster, my being higher, all this empowerment, if I'm not able to help other humans, my friends, my people are getting killed in Iran, nobody could hear their voices. If my sport cannot help humanity, it's not why I started the sport. So I started to speak up. But I had to face being silent or being in exile. I even reached to my sponsors, my European sponsors, and I asked them, let's raise awareness together. They all refused because they didn't want to upset their wealthy client from some of oil-rich Muslim countries. The challenges were so high, sometimes it's difficult to stay in the game. So I lost my sponsors in exile, so it gave me even much more difficult time. I didn't give up because I believe in human power. I started to open new routes in the mountain and dedicate their names to human rights and women's rights movement. And in this way, I could echo the voice of freedom in the mountain through my sport, with my knowledge, with my power, and that is what I have to do. In Iran, the phenomenon of child marriage is concerning high. I had the privilege not to be one of those. 30,000 girls under the age of 14 every year are forced to get married. 10,000 of these are under 10. The minimum marriage age in Iran by the Islamic rules is 13, but with the consent of the family and approval of the local judge, it can happen earlier. Worldwide, 12 million every year the girls under age 18 are forced to get married. There is not one single country in all over the world who have reached gender equality. A lot of violation for women, against women, honor killing, denial of education, stoning and banning women. All these are happening today. And you might think you can't do anything because it's their culture, it's their religion, it's their will. But first, it's not their culture, it's no girl's will. And second, you can do a lot to stop this condition. Rising awareness. Knowledge is power. If you raise your awareness, you will never allow such an ideology, such a religion, grow and promote itself in democracy under the name of freedom of religion. They invest to make enough propaganda to brainwash the children, which soon or later become decision makers. The only way to stop them is to raise the awareness of yourself and your children. All our children must know, understand, and speak up if an ideology or a group or a religion says your mother is not a human. This is a violation against humanity, not only against women in one part. Iran is the greatest example of how a society can lose its freedom with being ignorance. You might think Iran is not the case, is far away, is there. But that is what my parents were thinking before 1979. With being ignorance, their freedom vanished in the air while they were watching it. It is now 4 generations. We are still paying that price with getting killed, being imprisoned, or in exile. Freedom will not stay if you don't take care of it. Putting the word freedom at the beginning of every action without knowing the consequences will not even maintain your freedom. But Can you see that picture of a world which there is no girl under oppression? I can see that picture because I believe in human power. But if we want that picture become reality, we have to speak up and stand for women's rights. With awareness, we can keep the light shining on the road toward freedom. Let's not allow that light fade away for that one little girl who could be your grandchild. It's not about losing sponsors, a stunning view, or being in exile. It's about the happiness to be ourselves wherever we are, the real freedom. Alone, we are a stronger stone, but together, we are a mountain touching the sky. We have the power to ride our lives towards the perfect laughter, because that is the only good fight there is. The laughter of all our children in freedom. Now, tonight in this beautiful theater, let's value our privilege. Do you think, is it worth it? If you agree that it is worth it, stand up with me, together with all the women and men who are fighting against oppression. Stand up now to show your support to women, life, freedom. Thank you so much.